Hi guys, so welcome to this evening's relaxation session. My name is Lucy and I am Ellie's mum, and I'm here today to take you through this guided relaxation session, which is all around being at the spa. So I really enjoyed putting the session together because it's a really playful session to do, and it's something that has been on my mind wanting to do for a little while now. So I'm just going to run with it, and hopefully you will enjoy the session as much as I have enjoyed pulling it all together. This kind of relaxation, using our imagination, is always something that I do enjoy doing myself, and I really enjoy trying out new ways of working, new ways of experimenting with different content and through my own exploration as well. So that's always really interesting to do. Also, the really great thing with guided relaxation that's done in the real and what's imagined. So obviously when we use our imagination and we maybe imagine a lovely relaxing beach or a woodland, or maybe imagine a relaxing place that we enjoy spending time in, when we really bring that imagery into our mind, our brains can't tell the difference between whether it's real and whether it isn't real, because we're thinking it. And what happens is when we think things, our body reacts physically. And we can absolutely relate to this when we talk about anxiety. Yeah, when you've had an anxious thought and you might feel that anxiety present in your body, maybe you get a faster heartbeat, or maybe you feel a bit shaky. And there's lots of different reasons for why your body reacts in the way that it does in terms of all the different hormonal changes that are happening. But ultimately it begins with a thought, and then it triggers like a domino effect, that chain reaction. And then because we feel it in our body, it reaffirms that, well, this must be true, okay, because I'm feeling it and that's real. And then it feeds into the way that we think about it again. So it's like this loop that happens, this cycle. But we can actually utilize this. We can use this in our favor in terms of using our imagination to bring ourselves into a space in our mind that's one that feels nourishing, and one that feels helpful, and one that feels relaxing and soothing and delicious, in fact. So we can really use this to our benefit. So whilst this sometimes isn't very helpful when our brain imagines something and it triggers off anxiety, for example, it also is helpful oppositely when we use it in this way, when we deliberately use our imagination to help us feel relaxed by bringing to mind either an imagined scene, listening to descriptive words, or whether we even just recall something in our past somewhere that was relaxing, and we recall that and bring that to mind. We can call this thinking about our relaxing place. And just to kind of test out this demonstration with the way that the brain works, just for a little bit of fun. Okay, so I'd like you just to close your eyes, and I'd like to invite you to imagine that you are standing in your kitchen at home. So you're standing in your kitchen, and you're noticing all of what's around you, the colour of your walls and cupboards, worktops, where your sink's positioned, where your fridge positioned, anything else that you have in the kitchen that you notice. So you're just really imagining that you are stood there now in your kitchen, and in front of you is a chopping board, and on this chopping board is a sharp knife. It's one of your knives. And then on this chopping board is a bright yellow lemon. A bright yellow lemon. And you notice all the different colours and shades of the lemon skin, and all the different patterns within the lemon skin. So the dimples and ripples. So you bring into mind you being in your kitchen, stood in front of a chopping board with a lemon on the chopping board. And you take the knife and you slice the lemon in half. You take a big movement now, slicing the lemon in half. And you bring one half of the lemon slowly up towards your nose. And you smell the lemon. And then you take a big bite into the lemon now. And notice what's happening in your mouth as you imagine doing this. So for most people, through this activity, their mouth starts to salivate, feel tingly. Changes in the mouth begin to happen just through the imagery of a lemon, just from imagining this lemon. Now gently open your eyes. You are here with me. You're not in the kitchen. You're not eating a lemon. But it's interesting. Did you notice what happened in your mouth? A very small percentage of people don't feel anything, nothing happens. But mainly whenever I do this activity with larger groups, over half of the group, if not more, tell me that this caused their mouth to feel funny. Even mine began to feel funny as I was walking you through that visualization. So it's just a demonstration to see how what we think in our mind can affect what happens in the body. It's a really simple demonstration, but hopefully it illustrates the point that I'm trying to make, in that we can use the imagination, we can use our imagination to help create a sense of wellness and relaxation in our bodies. And it doesn't, many of us spend a lot of time having horrible thoughts, especially in grief, and that then affects the way that the body feels. So we don't necessarily have to have this happen, this kind of negative experience will be happening, no doubt, in terms of, you thinking things and then feeling that physically in your body. We can actually take this experience and we can take control over it, and we can get a handle of it, and we can use it in a positive way, which is what I'm going to be doing this evening with you as I'm guiding you through, taking you on that spa adventure, I guess. And it's free, it's completely free. It doesn't come with any of the very high costs that sometimes spas can come with. It's completely free and hopefully enjoyed by you as much as I enjoyed putting it together. So do let us know how you find it. Before we do all of that though, I'm going to be guiding you through a very short meditation to help ground you in the present moment. And I always think it's great to do a little mini meditation before any relaxation session, because sometimes going straight into relaxation can feel a little bit intense, if the day's been really busy, and it can feel a bit hard to connect. I always think of it, as it's like when a plane's landing. Hopefully the plane just doesn't drop down and land. The plane descends very, 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 very slowly until it eventually lands. And this is what we're doing here with relaxation. Just before we engage in a relaxation practice, we can come into a little mini meditation, which helps us just to feel a little bit more centered and to essentially land just like that plane. So we're slowly landing in the here and the now, getting ourselves ready for that next part, which is that deep relaxation, which is what we're all here to do. We're here to relax. So getting yourself in a comfortable seated position, and if your legs are crossed, then just pop your feet firmly on the floor. And then just gently allowing your eyes to close, or you can lower your gaze, whatever feels right for you. Remember, if anything doesn't feel good, don't do it. And let's begin in our very usual way. Whenever I lead and guide a meditation, I like to take a few deeper breaths to begin. So breathing slowly in and releasing the breath. Breathing slowly in, releasing the breath. Slowly in, releasing the breath. So just breathing at your normal pace and rhythm now. Normal pace and rhythm. Just allowing ourselves to arrive here in this moment. Noticing any sounds that you can hear. Notice any sensations in your body that are calling for your attention. So we're just checking in with how we are, how the body is, how the mind is, how the heart is. And sometimes we can't even find the words to explain how we are. So a really great thing to do is to use the weather. So if you were to match the way that you feel right now with a weather state, what would that weather type be? What would that weather type be? Would it be clear blue skies? Would it be thunder? Would it be sunshine? What would it be? Then getting a sense of your body breathing in this moment now. So your body breathing in this moment. No need to change anything, just breathing in and breathing out. Noticing where in your body you feel your breath the most this evening. So where is it most obvious for you? And place your attention there. So you may notice you're breathing at your shoulders, your lower back, chest, nose, mouth, front of your body or the back of your body. So we're just noticing where we feel the breath as the breath moves in and as the breath moves out. And leaning into this theme of relaxation, we can even imagine that the breath is a little bit like the sea. So as we breathe in, the tide moving in on the shore. And as we breathe out, the tide flowing out. Gently breathing in and gently breathing out. So this beautiful, soft, natural rhythm. Just like the tide, every breath different. Sometimes a longer breath, sometimes a shorter breath. So just following the in-breath and the out-breath. The in-breath and the out-breath. in-breath and the out-breath. Breathing in like the tide, breathing out like the tide. In and out. And whenever the mind wanders off, which it definitely will do, because you are a human being with a beautiful mind that thinks and plans and organises and remembers, worries, whatever else it does. Yeah, we can't stop the mind, but we can choose to relate to the experience of thought differently. So rather than getting frustrated, we can just notice that we're having a thought, and then we bring in our awareness, our attention, our focus, our concentration back to the breath over and over again. We're not getting frustrated. We're bringing in that sense of kindness and acceptance, acknowledging that the mind will think, and that's what it does, but we're just gently bringing our awareness back to the present moment through the anchor, which is the breath, a beautiful breath. In this moment now, here with me. And then very, very gently, bringing this meditation practice to a close. Maybe taking in some deeper, more energized or invigorating breaths. So breathing deep into your body, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, and breathing out. Just breathing normally again as your eyes begin to open and you let the light back in. So just taking a stretch if you need to. Taking a drink if that feels like something you also need to do. We are going to be moving now into the next part of this session, which is the relaxation. So we've just done a meditation, which, as I was sharing at the beginning, is always a great thing to do before any relaxation, because I guess it just allows us to land and arrive. It kind of helps us to prepare a little bit for the relaxation practices rather than going straight in. So I always think that's a really great thing to do, even if it's just a couple of minutes of just some, we can sit in an upright position and connect to our breathing. Just a few cycles for a couple of minutes can be something that you can incorporate in before any relaxation practice. So if you've been following along with these sessions for a while, then you'll know the usual advice around the relaxation part is to get yourself as comfortable and snuggly as possible. For this one in particular, if you've got any essential oils around, you may want to use them now. We will be talking about essential oils during the visualization this evening. And it may be that you have some lavender. I absolutely love lavender. Anyone that knows me will buy me lavender things. because that's something that I really connect with, that smell. I feel like it really does bring me in a sense of relaxation. It brings it in. So I have a beautiful oil actually that I use, a lavender oil. It's a little bit pricey. I won't say it's cheap. However, it lasts a very long time. So yeah, I think being able to use things like lavender, things like essential oils to help aid relaxation can be a really helpful addition. So get yourself into that lovely, comfortable, relaxing position. You can choose to lie on your side or you can lie on your back for this, whatever you want to do. Again, personal preference. And if at any point you find that you're not really listening to my words anymore, then that's absolutely fine as well. If sleep is what you need tonight, then let that be the case. Go with it. That's what you need. That's what your body's telling you. It might be that that's something that, is really needed but not so obvious. You might be feeling really overwhelmed and not really put it down to the fact that your body needs more rest. So listen to your body. My yoga teacher used to say, listen to the whispers before they become shouts, she said. And that was something that really has always stuck with me. Because your body's very good at telling you, you just got to listen. So assuming that you're in that wonderful, relaxing position, I'm going to be beginning now by reading out this beautiful, gentle, calming and grounding relaxation. And this relaxation is called Stillness by the Sea. Finding a comfortable position, sitting or lying down. Let your hands rest gently now, and let your jaw relax. So assuming that you're in that wonderful, relaxing position, I'm going to be beginning now by reading out this beautiful, gentle, calming and grounding relaxation. And this relaxation is called Stillness by the Sea. Finding a comfortable position, sitting or lying down. Let your hands rest gently now, and let your jaw relax. Take a really slow, deep breath in, breathing in through the nose, holding for a moment now, and releasing the breath gently through the mouth. There's nowhere to go. There's nothing to do. This is your time to rest, your time to relax. And we'll begin now with the breath. Beginning by getting an awareness of your breathing. as your breath flows in and as the breath flows out. No need to change it. Just noticing. Noticing that breath. Noticing the cool air that enters through your nose. And noticing the warm air that leaves through your mouth. Let your shoulders drop. Let your face soften. And with each breath, imagining now tension melting away from your body. And very gently now counting your breathing. So all the breaths that you are taking, just counting the breath. Inhale, 1. Exhale, 2. Inhale, 3. Exhale, 4. And just continue counting all the way to the number 10. And then just allowing your breathing to be normal now. So we're not counting the breath. We're just breathing at our normal natural pace and rhythm. And we're going to be moving now into the part of this relaxation where we invite in our imagination. So we're shifting the focus away from the breath. And we're now using our imagination to visualize the sea. So imagine now that you are standing at the edge of the sea. A peaceful stretch of the British coastline. The sky above is wide open and the waves are calm, gently lapping at the shore. And you can feel the wind brushing past you, this cool, clean and steady wind. And you can smell the salt in the air. And you hear the waves now as they roll in and draw away again. And with each breath, you become more a part of this peaceful place. You gently breathe in and feel the sea air fill your lungs. And you breathe out allowing any heaviness to leave with the tide. This wonderful sense of relaxation moves throughout the whole of your body now. And you welcome it in. And you take yourself now in your mind to a peaceful haven nestled along this British coastline, where the wind is gentle and the pace is slow, and you are free to simply rest. You imagine now a winding country road leading to the coast. Green hills rolling softly all around you, and you can smell the salt in the air before you even see the sea. The sky is pale and wide, and the light is soft. And you eventually arrive at this retreat, this beautiful stone building with a slate roof, softened by time and wildflowers. And you can see it there just in the distance, the sea, shimmering and calm, and everything around it is peaceful. You turn around now and you are welcomed at the gate with a kind smile and a warm cup of tea. Perhaps it's a gentle infusion of mint, lemon, or elderflower. And as you take a sip, you instantly feel a sense of ease begin to settle in. You're gently shown now through the quiet corridors of polished wood and soft lighting. And a gentle hush fills the air, broken by the occasional bird song or the sound of the sea beyond the windows. And you're given soft, clean spa clothing, a warm robe and slippers. And you change into a peaceful, private room, and everything feels light and airy and uncluttered. When you're ready, you step out into a relaxation lounge. And the windows stretch high, framing views of cliffs and grassland and open sea that seems to go on for miles and miles. And you feel so calm. You feel so relaxed now. You sit down in a comfortable chair, your legs supported, your head resting easily, and you breathe in deeply and breathe out again. After a while, you're invited outside. You walk slowly along a winding path through the coastal garden. And there are wild herbs here: rosemary, thyme, and lavender, swaying gently in the breeze. The sky stretches wide above you, and the sea glistens below. And you feel the ground steady beneath your feet, moving with no hurry, no goal, just ease. You pause now at a wooden bench, nestled beneath a flowering tree, and the view opens up before you. The ocean stretching to the horizon. Birds wheel above the cliffs and waves roll in and out with ancient rhythm. You sit and you rest and you breathe. You're led now to the retreat's warm, mineral-rich pool, set within a glass pavilion that opens up to the sea breeze. And you step in slowly. The water is calm. The water is soothing. And you move gently or simply float, and the temperature is a perfect, neither too hot or too cool temperature. Outside, gulls call and the tide rises slowly, and inside it's quiet, peaceful. And you stay as long as you like. Then step out, wrap yourself in a soft towel, and you rest on a cushioned lounge bedside, close to the open windows. And as you rest here on these comfortable chairs, the sea air brushes across your face. The scent of salt and distant pine trees mixes with something warm and herbal in the air. And you close your eyes. You feel calm. You feel deeply at ease. A little later, you're offered a small plate of fresh local food. Sliced fruits, local delicacies. And you eat slowly and mindfully. Each flavour is gentle, nourishing, comforting. Each moment is peaceful. There's no rush, no noise, only time, only space. And you very, very gently, in a very calm, slow, relaxed way, return back to the lounge. That relaxing chair welcomes you once again. Blankets are offered, and the room is calm. Soft piano music hums in the background, and you sink into deep relaxation. And as you rest here and the day begins to wind down, the light begins to shift, and outside the window the sea glows with soft evening gold. The garden settles down and the wind takes its rest, and you feel warm and peaceful, grounded and whole. And there's a deep sense of thankfulness in your heart. Not for anything in particular, but simply for this moment, this quiet, gentle moment. Taking a slow, deep breath in, and slowly allowing it to let go. Another deep breath in, and releasing the breath. And just allowing your breathing to return to its own pace and rhythm now, as you rest here. So we're going to be moving now out of this guided relaxation. And you may find that you want to stay where you are, and that's absolutely fine to do so. If you're listening to this at a different time of the day and you want to move into your next activity, then I'd like to invite you just to connect to what's real now. So moving out of your mind, away from that imagination, and connecting to the sounds that you can hear. Noticing what sounds you can hear. And you may want to begin moving the fingers. So sometimes wiggling the fingers in a very gentle, slow way can be a great way to again connect through that felt sense, that sense of touch in your body. just wiggling your fingers. And then moving the body in any way that you feel you need to move it. This is only if you are choosing to move on to the next activity. If you are still resting, you may even be sleeping now. Just listen to what your body needs. So guided relaxation is a real explorative journey. There are different things that each of us will connect to and resonate with, different themes, different ways in, and it's really individual. And this is why we like to offer a variety of different practices. We like to share different themes, different ways into relaxation, because it gives everyone the opportunity to try something different. Remember, your brain can't tell the difference between what's real and what's imagined. And also, you can't pay attention to two things at the same time, not effectively. So it's interesting when we use our ability to take ourselves away, how that can bring in that sense of relaxation when we do it in a very nourishing way. And that can be really helpful, especially in grief, when many of us find that grief can be really exhausting. So finding time to rest and to practice self-care is really important. Now, if you've enjoyed this session, then please do share it with someone else who you might know who could find this session beneficial. If you have enjoyed it and if you're able to make a small donation, that would be incredible. Here at the Ellie's Gift Project, we work incredibly hard to try and fundraise as much as we can to keep the service going. And all your donations are kindly appreciated. The money that we raise is never spent on silly things or things which, aren't going to make a difference. They're always reinvested back into things like this, classes, content, app development costs, app hosting costs, all the different overheads that we have to meet. So yeah, what I'm trying to say is please know that all the donations that we receive are always placed in a way, in the places where they're going to make the most difference. And we just want to say also that we are sending all our love to you here at the Ellie's Gift Project, whoever you are, wherever you are in the world. We really recognise how hard this is and how difficult it is and how lonely it can be. So please know that we do see you and we're here to support you as much as we can. So again, thank you so much and enjoy the rest of your evening or day, whatever it is you're doing, whatever time it is. And I will see you very soon for our next relaxation session. Take care, guys.